Beyond the Veil: Secrets of the Universe, Ancient Gods, and Hidden Knowledge. Part 20. Awakening to Your Higher Self, the ultimate guide to spiritual connection and divine wisdom. The journey to your true essence. Welcome to another episode of Positive Vortex, where we explore the deepest mysteries of existence, consciousness, and the hidden wisdom of the universe. Today, we embark on one of the most profound journeys in spiritual awakening, the connection with your higher self. For centuries, sages, mystics, and spiritual seekers have spoken about an inner guiding force, an aspect of ourselves that exists beyond the limitations of time, space, and human perception. Some refer to it as the higher self, the oversoul, or the divine aspect, while others recognize it as the eternal, unbreakable link between the human soul and the infinite intelligence of creation. But what does it truly mean to connect with the higher self? How do we consciously establish this connection and receive guidance, clarity, and insights that align with our soul's purpose? Is the higher self something separate from us, or is it simply the purest, most enlightened version of who we already are? In this episode, we will explore the true nature of the higher self, examine ancient teachings and modern metaphysical insights, review channeled wisdom from higher dimensional beings like Kuo and Ra, break down a practical step-by-step process for connecting with your higher self, discuss common obstacles and how to overcome them, understand how connecting with your higher self accelerates spiritual awakening. So if you've ever felt lost, disconnected, or uncertain about your path, this episode will provide you with powerful tools to realign with your soul's true purpose. Let's begin. 1. What is the higher self? The multidimensional nature of your being. Before we can discuss how to connect with the higher self, we must first understand what it is. Many spiritual traditions speak of the soul's evolution through different densities or dimensions of consciousness. According to the Law of One, a channeled body of knowledge given to humanity by the sixth density collective known as Ra, the human soul progresses through 7 primary densities of consciousness. Here's a breakdown of these densities and how the higher self fits into the equation. 1. First density, the realm of elements, earth, water, air, and fire. This is where physical existence begins before awareness. 2. Second density, the realm of plants and animals, where instinct and group consciousness emerge. 3. Third density, the realm of self-awareness and free will, where humans exist now. This is the dimension of choice, where we decide whether to serve love and unity, service to others, or ego and control, service to self. 4. Fourth density, the realm of universal love, where beings exist in harmony, sharing thoughts and emotions telepathically. Earth is currently transitioning into this density. 5. Fifth density, the realm of wisdom and self-mastery, where the soul perfects its understanding of consciousness. 6. Sixth density, the realm of the higher self, where one has fully merged with divine intelligence but retains individual awareness. 7. Seventh density, the realm of complete unity with Source, where the soul dissolves back into the infinite creator. The higher self exists in the 6th density, meaning it is the future version of you that has already completed the journey you are on now. It has full access to all your past and future lives. It is outside of time and space, which is why it can guide you through dreams, intuition, and synchronicities. It is always speaking to you, but the noise of the mind often drowns out its wisdom. The higher self is not separate from you. It is you. It is simply the highest, most enlightened aspect of your being, and it is waiting for you to remember this truth. 2. The forgotten path to divine wisdom. Where do we find the answers we seek? One of the biggest struggles for spiritual seekers is where to find truth. Do we find it in ancient texts? Do we seek it in temples and monasteries? Do we travel the world looking for a spiritual teacher or guru? The truth is, all of these methods can be beneficial, but the ultimate answers do not lie outside of us. They lie within. Since childhood, we have been conditioned to look outside of ourselves for validation, authority, and guidance. Religion tells us that truth is found in scriptures and holy books. Science tells us that truth is found in logic and empirical data. Society tells us that truth is found in success, wealth, and social status. But in the deepest moments of silence, when we turn inward, we realize that the truth is already within us. Your higher self is always speaking to you, but are you listening? The world is filled with distractions. Social media, news, entertainment, and endless mental chatter that keeps us from hearing the guidance of our own soul. The journey to connecting with the higher self is not about gaining new knowledge. It is about removing the layers of noise, fear, and conditioning that have kept you from hearing your own divine wisdom. And that is exactly what we will explore next. 3. The role of the social memory complex and higher dimensional beings. Guidance from beings who have walked the path before us. Throughout history, highly evolved civilizations have sought to assist younger planetary species in their spiritual evolution. These beings, often referred to as social memory complexes, exist at higher densities and function as a unified consciousness. They no longer experience separation, deception, or manipulation. Their civilizations operate in pure harmony, where all knowledge is shared telepathically. They exist to serve and assist those who are still on the path of spiritual growth. These benevolent beings do not interfere with free will, but they do offer guidance in the form of intuitive downloads and synchronicities, channeling messages through open-minded individuals, subtle energetic transmissions to elevate human consciousness. One such group is Kuo, a collective of sixth-density beings that frequently communicates wisdom about connecting with the higher self. 4. Kuo's teachings on connecting with the higher self, the three-step process for establishing the connection. According to Kuo, there are 3 key steps to forming a direct connection with the higher self. 1. Entering a state of stillness. Meditation allows the mind to quiet so that the higher self's messages can be received. 2. Asking with faith and clarity, your higher self responds to clear, heartfelt questions. 3. Recognizing the language of light. The higher self communicates through intuition, symbols, emotions, and synchronicities. When these steps are practiced consistently, the connection becomes stronger and clearer over time. 5. The science behind the higher self, bridging spirituality and quantum physics. For centuries, the concept of the higher self was viewed primarily through the lens of religion and mysticism. However, as modern science, particularly quantum physics and neuroscience, advances, we are beginning to uncover scientific explanations for spiritual experiences. The quantum field and non-local consciousness. One of the most groundbreaking discoveries in quantum mechanics is the non-local nature of consciousness. This suggests that our awareness is not confined to our physical body or brain. It extends beyond space and time. The higher self, existing in the 6th density, operates in a realm beyond time. When we receive intuitive insights, dreams, or sudden flashes of knowledge, it is likely coming from our non-local consciousness, or what we call the higher self. The brain is not the source of consciousness. Instead, it functions as a receiver and transmitter of information from the greater field of intelligence. The famous double-slit experiment in quantum mechanics demonstrates that particles behave differently when observed, suggesting that consciousness directly affects reality. This aligns perfectly with spiritual teachings that state, your thoughts shape your reality. What you focus on, you attract. Thus, the higher self might be our connection to the quantum field, where all possibilities exist simultaneously. The pineal gland, the gateway to the higher self. The pineal gland, often referred to as the third eye, plays a crucial role in spiritual perception. Ancient cultures, including the Egyptians, Hindus, and Buddhists, have long associated this tiny gland with spiritual awakening and divine connection. The pineal gland produces DMT, dimethyltryptamine, known as the spirit molecule, which plays a key role in dream states, near-death experiences, and mystical visions. Meditation, breathwork, and certain frequencies, such as 963 Hz, the God frequency, can activate the pineal gland, making it easier to receive messages from the higher self. Decalcifying the pineal gland by avoiding fluoride, processed foods, and synthetic chemicals can significantly enhance your ability to connect with higher consciousness. This suggests that the higher self is not just a mystical concept, it is a tangible reality, accessible through scientific and spiritual practice. 6. The role of dreams, symbols, and synchronicities. Many people expect direct communication from their higher self, in the form of a loud voice or clear vision, but the truth is the higher self speaks in subtle ways. The language of dreams. Dreams are one of the primary channels of higher self communication. They contain symbols, messages, and subconscious insights that reveal deep truths about your life path. The higher self often places people, scenarios, or symbols in dreams to provide guidance, but we must learn to interpret them. How to use dreams to connect with the higher self. 1. Keep a dream journal. Write down your dreams immediately upon waking. 2. Ask for guidance before sleep. Say, "Higher self, reveal to me what I need to know." 3. Look for recurring themes. If the same symbol appears repeatedly, it is likely a message from your higher self. Synchronicities, the signs in everyday life. Carl Jung, the famous Swiss psychologist, coined the term synchronicity to describe meaningful coincidences that appear in our lives. Have you ever thought about someone only to have them call or text you minutes later? Have you seen repeating numbers 1111, 333, 777 at key moments in your life? Have you encountered a book, person, or message at exactly the right time when you needed guidance? These are not random events. They are signs from the higher self nudging you in the right direction. To strengthen this connection, acknowledge the synchronicities when they happen. Express gratitude for the guidance. Follow the signs, even if they don't make sense at first. 7. Overcoming ego and the illusion of separation. One of the biggest obstacles to connecting with the higher self is the illusion of separation, the belief that we are alone, isolated, and disconnected from the universe. The role of the ego in spiritual disconnection. The ego is not evil. It is simply the identity or personality that we develop in the third density. It is the part of us that seeks survival, validation, and control. However, the ego is also fear-based. It is constantly worried about the future and regretting the past. Reactive. It operates in fight or flight mode, keeping us in low vibrational emotions like anger, jealousy, and anxiety. Addicted to identity. It wants to be right, superior, or separate from others, which leads to conflict and suffering. The higher self versus the ego. Higher self, timeless, operates from love and wisdom. Sees unity in all things, provides guidance through intuition. Ego, bound to time, operates from fear and control, sees separation, provides doubt and worry. To dissolve the illusion of separation, we must, 1. Recognize when the ego is taking control. Observe your reactions without judgment. 2. Shift from fear to trust. Trust that the universe and your higher self are guiding you. 3. Surrender to the present moment. Let go of attachment to past traumas or future worries. The more we silence the ego, the clearer our connection to the higher self becomes. 8. The ultimate purpose of the higher self, ascension and spiritual evolution. The final question remains, why is connecting with the higher self so important? The soul's journey through ascension. Our higher self exists in the 6th density, and its ultimate goal is to help us ascend to higher states of consciousness. Earth is currently transitioning from 3rd density, duality, suffering, to 4th density, love, unity, consciousness. Humanity is awakening, and millions of people are now seeking their true purpose. The higher self is guiding you toward your soul's mission, whether it be healing, teaching, creating, or leading others into awakening. Practical steps to fully embody the higher self. If you're ready to fully integrate the higher self into your life, here's how to begin. 1. Daily meditation and stillness practice. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes in silence each day. 2. Follow your intuition. If something feels deeply aligned, trust it. 3. Live from love, not fear. Consciously choose love, forgiveness, and kindness. 4. Detach from material illusions. True power is not in money or status. It is in conscious awareness. 5. Remember your divine nature. You are not separate from Source. You are a co-creator of reality. As more people begin to align with their higher selves, humanity will collectively rise into a new era of enlightenment, peace, and spiritual mastery. Final thoughts. The awakening of the soul. If you've made it this far, it means your soul is ready. The journey to connecting with your higher self is not about finding something outside of you. It is about remembering who you have always been. Right now, you are standing at the threshold of awakening. The higher self is calling. The only question is, will you listen? Thank you for being here. If this message resonated with you, please like and share this episode. Subscribe for more insights into higher consciousness. Leave a comment. What experiences have you had with your higher self? Remember, you are loved, you are guided, you are infinite. See you in the next episode.